You guys just missed a really good burp. Hopefully I'll have one for this video. Saturday, January 11th. January 11th. Video numero 6. I really need to brush up on my foreign languages. I do. Earlier in the series, or in an earlier video, we had the burning question of the band name. Is it Neon Deadlights or the Neon Deadlights? I found an answer, so I went to band practice last night. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going. I went to band practice last night and talked to the gang and went into the band room and gave an answer. So, ready? Here's the answer to the burning question. Is it Neon Deadlights or the Neon Deadlights? Here at band practice, and I had the discussion with the guys, or the group. Got a haircut before I go over here. Plastic, yeah. It's just Neon Deadlights. No the. It's just Neon Deadlights. A lot of neon in here. Here's the drum kit that I jam out on, and there's some other stuff, and it is. So now we have the answer, and I'll put this up Saturday. Okay, hopefully that cleared it up for you. Also, I had some for my birthday. I was gifted some neon glowing drumsticks, and we took a little bit of video playing with them just to test them out. This is in no way a skill video. It's just a bang on the drums as much as you can really quick and see how they light up, and they're actually really cool. So I'm enjoying playing them. So here's a little bit of that. Aren't those neat? Seriously. So speaking of today's video, today is again Saturday, so I'm home a little bit earlier. It's a little bit before lunch, so I don't have lunch with me. Still a little bit stuffy. Tried not to sneeze when I got a cough. We'll talk about, since we're doing band name and drumsticks and stuff like that, we'll talk about band stuff. So my history in music, I think I started back in 1989. I started playing drums. Took drum lessons at IRC Music, and my brother was taking guitar. So we were gonna be the next Def Leppard, but with two arms. I didn't want to cut an arm off to be famous, but we wanted to be a rock band. Obviously, it was the 80s. It was the height of hair metal, and we wanted to be rock stars. And a small part of me kind of still does, but I've kind of given up on that dream. It's more of I just want to play music and have fun. Played drums for a while, and then in a car trip, he convinced me to be the bass player of his new band. We talked about it with my mom, and she bought me a guitar and an amp instead of a bass. So I started taking guitar lessons. I feel like I took them for like 4 years, and it was going. It may not have been 4 years. It was a long time ago, and you would learn a song, go home, practice it, and that was it. Met a lot of cool people taking guitar lessons and being a band. So I started taking guitar lessons, but my best friend at the time, who's still a friend of mine, Sean Marks, he had a drum set at home, which was a black pearl kit, double kick, 4 rack tom, 2 floor tom. I mean, it was more than you needed, more than anybody needs, especially these days, to play drums. So I would go to his house and we would play Genesis, Phil Collins. We would play. There it is. I got it. There's your burp for today. We would play Phil Collins, White Lion, music of the day, good drum stuff, and we would just put headphones on and jam. So I continued the drumming even though I was taking guitar lessons. So I took guitar lessons We started a band, obviously a garage band. Don't remember the name. Probably didn't have a name. I think the first song we tried to play was, it was a Poison song. I should know this. I'm sorry. If I remember at a later point, I will let you know. We played Poison, Warrant. God, this was like 7th grade, 8th grade. It was pretty bad. It was really bad. But it was still a lot of fun. And I continued the music throughout. And then I moved my junior year, right after my sophomore year, moved to South Bend, Indiana. And South Bend, Indiana, to me, the best way to describe it is about 20 years behind in music, which was a fantastic thing because I got to meet some friends and really got exposed to older music. And by older music, for me, that is old school Kiss. I was a big fan of Kiss from the 80s, but I got to learn cool songs like God of Thunder and Parasite. Parasite's one of my favorite Kiss songs out there. It's just very raw and very cool. If you haven't heard Parasite by Kiss, go listen. You're welcome. Lots of old Rush, Zeppelin. And I was really exposed to that. Some old AC/DC. So I got into a band called Funnel Cake, and we played the St. Joe High School Battle of the Bands and actually won that. I think that was actually our only gig, which is weird. We won the Battle of the Bands, 1992. I have a t-shirt, I think, somewhere, possibly. I may have thrown it away, but it was a very cool experience. And somewhere, there's a video of it. I've been told by the bass player and the drummer from that band, still today, that there is video evidence of that show. As soon as I find it, I'm going to put it up on the interwebs. Maybe. Again, taking me out of my comfort zone, but still cool. After Funnel Cake dissolved, I got into a band. There was a band up there called Explicit Language, which was a great late 80s, early 90s band name. And a guy named Jason Reynolds was the drummer, and Jason was one of those, plays drums, guitar, bass, like me. I play drums, guitar, bass, piano, as learned earlier. And we got in a band with him and Jim Schwartz, and I played bass for them for a little while until we got Brandon Stigner in the band as the bass player, and I switched over to guitar. And I don't even think we had a singer. Didn't have a singer. Just jammed out old Kiss tunes, Rush tunes. I think we might have done a Motley Crue tune from older Motley Crue, but there is also a video of that somewhere. If I find that, that would be cool too, because I had the whole, I had the mullet. I had a mullet. I had the, it was kind of long up here, but it was really long back here. Jean shorts and a flannel. It was a pretty sweet look. After Explicit Language, I moved down to back down to Indianapolis. Met with my good friend, who's still a good friend today, Shane, and he's not a musician, has no musical ability whatsoever. Great at other things, not music. Had friends that were into music and in bands, and so I met up with them, started jamming with them, and what we called Mary Payne was the name of the band. And we played a few shows. One show, I think. It was pretty bad. We were kids and just jamming out. I think we practiced once together before that show, but it was still a lot of fun. And I have the video of that here at the house. I will once I get the other videos, make like a montage or a video clip of all the previous music stuff. And after that band, just kind of jammed around for a while, and the bass player from another band that we played that show with contacted me after we graduated and said, hey, do you want to come try out for our band Pale? I said, sure. So I came in, became the second guitar player for the band Pale, which we written and recorded 2 studio albums. I call them studio albums, but we spent our own money, recorded 8 songs in the first demo, or no, 4 songs. 8? I gotta find it. I don't know. 4 or 8 songs, and then the second time around, we recorded another set. And then we were asked to be on a Christmas album for a radio station in Lafayette, Indiana. So we recorded Carol of the Bells, a rock and roll version. I have the CD. It rocks. Years later, that same bass player, after Pale dissolved, called me up and asked me if I just wanted to jam. And the bass player, was now playing guitar, and one of our other friends was playing bass, and they wanted me to play drums, and it was fun. Electric kit, little studio that we built, and we just jammed and jammed and jammed and jammed and wrote some really cool stuff, which I have on my computer in front of me, but I'm not going to put up here yet. Again, I'll make a video of all those once I kind of figure out the best way to do that. And then I stopped doing that for a while, and then on a ghost hunt with friends of mine, Ben, the current guitar player, he asked Todd, who runs the group, hey, do you want to be our drummer? And Todd's like, well, I live far away and I don't really have time. My schedule's kind of messed up, but he plays drums too. And he was pointing at me. So Ben turned around and said, hey, you want to be the drummer of my band? I said, sure. Didn't even own a drum set at the time. I said, sure. Told the wife and went and got a drum set, and here I am. Throwing around glow-in-the-dark sticks and having fun doing it. So there's a brief history of my music background in bands. Sorry this wasn't as fun, but it is informative, which I believe is the point of a vlog. Sniffles. Sorry, my lips are dry. I'm gonna put some, balm with the L on them. Balm. We answered the question of the band name, and you got to see a little bit of the glowing sticks, and you learned a little bit more about me. How about that? All right, well, I'm gonna go put this together and throw it up on there for all of you to see. All of you to see. All right. Let's do this.